How often is it that you see a starving soul bundled up on the side of the street, begging for money so that he or she can feed themselves? Or how many kids do you think starve over the weekend because the only place that they can get food is in the lunch line? Well, in 2019, over 34 million Americans faced poverty and hunger alone. So if you factor in the jobs lost due to COVID-19 and the fact that living under the poverty line doesn't mean that acquiring food is super easy for you, we can figure out that hunger is a horrible problem that is plaguing many Americans. Now in 2019, more than 50 million Americans and 17 million children face poverty and hunger. Isn't that horrible? 17 million children starving. To the people out there who have children themselves, could you imagine with me for a moment how horrible it must be to be in this situation? Your children are trying to grow, and when they ask you if you have any food, you have to look them in the eyes and say, "No, we don't have anything." And it's not your fault. You've looked for better work. You're doing everything in your power to nurture these kids. You want to see them grow up healthy, but you just cannot find a job to pay you enough money to feed them. It is even worse because you are waking up hungry every single morning. You feel weak, you feel horrible, and you have to go to a job that really would take more strength than you have. You are barely making rent because of the rise in the cost of housing, especially in big cities. In big cities, this is the worst. You live every day in absolute fear of losing your place to stay, your home that you barely make rent for every single month. It would be absolute hell on earth. It would be absolute hell on earth for you and your hungry kids to sleep outside in the freezing cold. You are terrified every day that one of your kids will collapse because of hunger. If you barely have enough money to pay for food and housing, how are you going to take them to the hospital? How are you going to pay for a hospital bill? We do not have free health insurance, and you will struggle for it. This is the nightmare that many people in America face today, and many more have the potential to be reduced to this. We all need to do something about this. So I urge you, those of you who can afford it, please donate to organizations like Feeding America and No Kid Hungry. These organizations have given people more than 5 billion meals this year, and it would be a great help if we aided in this too. Thank you for your time.